This is 37th Street Radio and TV, and of course, we are out here hooking up with the best of the best when it comes to interviews. And today we have another special guest. So, guest, please introduce yourself.
Oh, hi. My name is Lorraine Ochieng, but most people know me as Mama Monah. Mama Monah Kiondos or Mama Monah Crafts.
So, and that's what us we know you for. So, I just want to ask, like, where did this journey start?
That's how did it start?
Yeah, how did you even gain the interest to start a business like that?
I'm guessing from seeing my mom doing quite a number of businesses. She still does. Um, I'll say the urge to join business was always something I see her doing. Depending on the environment she was in, she would just, how do I put it? She would just adjust to what is going on in that environment. Let's say, for example, if it's in Kisumu, if it's in Nairobi, if it's in Eldoret, she would look for what is selling at that place and do that business as long as it used to bring money and sort out her finances. So, but I wasn't so much into it until in campus. You know, campus, at least you have to leave when you know something. You can't just go through the 4 years without having tried your hand at something. So I think around second year, because naturally I've always wanted to do something to do with art. So in campus, I think that is when it grew. Like I found it's more like finding my own purpose in I can try this. So I infused what I would make with simple material and getting some maybe secondhand clothes and selling to the students. So I think in campus and also just to get that extra income because sometimes you can't rely on the parents most of the time.
So I also want to know the skills of making these kiondos. You know, it's our traditional skills, but nowadays people are running away from their culture. They're embracing other things that are not even our culture. So is it something that you learned by yourself, or is it something that you were taught by someone?
Actually, to be honest, the art of weaving is kind of dying. As you compare to a while back, some years back, the skill of passing it on from let's say from your one generation to another, it used to be so frequent, but now because people are moving from the rural to the urban areas, those who are left are very few. So for me, I'd say I love using my hands to do something, but when it comes to the baskets, to the kiondos, I'll be honest with you, there's no way I could learn it way back here in Kisumu, because in Kisumu we do the read, but me I was more interested kind of in the sisal one. So there's no way I could learn, but I got to know some years back somewhere like in area somewhere called Lego. We used to do this the sisal, but then it died because right now nobody remembers how to do the sisal basket. So what I did first, I just used to sell them randomly. I get from someone and then I sell. But then I decided for me to thrive at this, I also need to learn the skill. You see, so that meant me going to look to Kambani to look for someone to teach me how to do the weaving, because you can't be selling something that at least you don't know how to make. What if a client asks you, can you show me how you do this basket? So you also have to know the skill, especially because it's an handmade item. So yeah, so I had to learn. Honestly, I had to learn. I can't say it was something that came because I tried looking through YouTube. You cannot get through YouTube any tutorial that gives you how to do as I saw. So I had to go and learn it from right from the village. Yeah.
When did you now decide that this is a business and I'm going to take it seriously? Because now you have just talked about you started while you were in university, just trying to get some money. So when did you decide now that this is going to be a business and I'm going to put more effort into this?
Um, well, I would let's say after campus, I would start something and then I would stop. I didn't have any consistency. An idea would come, I try it out, and then I get bored, and then I'm like, no, I don't think this is what I want. With that mentality that I need to get a white collar job or something. I don't think this will go well. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So um, let's say there was something that happened in my life that gave me um it really did put me down. But I think when I got back up, when my mental state was very okay, I was like, you know what? I've always been good. I've always been good with my hands. I've always been good with designing. And I think baskets have always been my thing. Because to be honest, I cannot sketch. I cannot even draw a cat. Maybe just for purposes of, but I can't sketch. So I can't be a designer, clothes and everything. But me giving you instructions and telling you, I think I would like this, and this done this way, and just doing the corrections and all that, that I can do very well. You see. So something happened. So I decided, rather than waiting for an opportunity to get a job or looking for something outside the country, which in most cases I had a very traumatizing experience. So I'll rather just start, and then I decided to be consistent. So I think consistency, that bad occurrence is what, is it like more of, it was like a wake up call. It was like a wake up call to try and just be consistent in what I'm doing. Yeah.
Another thing I want you to talk about is starting capital. When many people, even if you ask them, they will tell you, I don't have a business because I don't have starting capital. So for you, like, I just want, if you can remember, how was it at that time? Did you have savings? Were you employed and then you had money from your employment? Like, how was it? Or you are the ones who start from scratch?
Actually, this was in 2019. This was in 2019. So 2019, I travel early February, late, was it on 28th or 29th of that year in 2019? That's when I traveled outside the country because I'd been looking for work, but there was no work. I have a child. So when you say Mama Mona, Mona is my daughter. So I infused Mama and Mona at the same time. So I couldn't find a job. I had a child to feed. The child was about to go to join pre-primary, and I was like, maybe I should try my hands outside the country. As always, where we go is Gulf countries and all that. So I decided, let me go to Qatar to try and see if I can get something for at least for the 2 years, so that maybe when I come back, I can get a business. I can start a business or just something. So I live, that was the bad experience I was talking about. I didn't stay for too long. I came back like after around 4 months. Actually, I was deported back to Kenya for like 4 months. So that was where the wake up call came in, because I was decided I could have died in that country if not. So why not just come back to Kenya and just use my hands to make something out of them? So when I came, I didn't have any money because you have worked only for 4 months. They will held my salary for like 2 months. So first month, second month, the third and fourth, I didn't have any payment. So practically, I came back with like I had like around just was it like around 20? 20. I needed that to sort out some other things. By the time I'd sorted them out, I had nothing. So there I was seated and wondering, what can I do? But then I guess sometimes God just chooses other people. So, like I always say, with capital, to be honest, I didn't have any. I didn't have any capital. I didn't know how I was going to start. So I was like, I'm just going maybe to ask a few friends of mine if they can contribute, because this time not many people knew I was outside the country. They just thought I had deactivated my social media handles. I was taking a break. So when some of my friends got to know about it, they were shocked, yes. But I'm always close with a cousin of mine who, when I told her, just telling someone stories, when I'm chatting to story, like, yes, nini, nini. And she was like, you're always good at this thing. So one day she just comes and tell me, so you wanted capital? This is what I'm giving you. So she gave me 10,000 to start. So that's what I started with, and that's where I got my capital. And it was an unrefundable capital. Yes.
So yeah,
So
so
tell you what I know, there's no way I would have gotten that 10K if she hadn't given me. Because it's so hard for someone to just give 10K. Here it is. This is for your capital. That is where we normally have issues. You can't just walk into the market and say, can I get 10,000? And where if you get somewhere there's capital, they always need collateral. Even if you need 10K, the interest will be like 5K. If you go to a Shylock, banks won't just give you 10K just like that. So yes, there's so many people who have an idea, but they do not have the capital. So you have that idea, but someone who has the money and the resources. Have you ever been in a situation where you're thinking of a design and 1 month later, maybe because you don't have the resources or an idea, 1 month later, someone has executed it in a more, capitalized manner because you didn't have that that capital to start or to pump into your idea. So yeah, capital is always a major issue actually.
and still at the early stages, when you're starting a business, at least right now you have a following. So
Yeah.
I want us to talk in terms of sales. Like, how are the sales at that time? Did maybe some of your friends support? Like, how did you start making sales?
For me, I'll say I'm the lucky one. I'm the one who says confidently 100%, friends buy. For me, to me, friends do buy. This thing of people saying no, friends cannot buy your products, your relatives cannot buy your products. I remember my sister was like, I think the first or the second person to purchase one of my Kiondos. Yes, she was the first one, and she gave me cash at hand. She was buying for a friend, not even for herself. So when I put it out there on my WhatsApp status, I can tell you for sure it is my friends who shared, who put it copy pasted to their status. And it is my friends who, even if they did not buy, they told their other friends, their mutual friends, who bought them for me, from me. So for me, friends shared, friends bought, friends mentioned, beginning, and I'll be very honest with you. That siezi danganya ati sijui my friends did not buy, family did not buy. No, my family and my friends were the first people to buy.
Yeah.
I'm
In
good
in this
people, so um, I can be very funny when I want to. So yeah, so, so yeah, friends.
and I also want us to talk about, when you are starting out, and this is in any business,
Mm-hmm.
there are usually days that you don't make much or you don't even make anything, but you're still putting in the work.
Mm-hmm.
So for you in those days, like what did you do days when you are not making much? Like, and it's a normal human being instinct, you feel like giving up. So for you, when those days came, like, what did you do?
Those days are there. Those days are there. I think there was a month I sold like 2 or 3 Kiondos. There's a month I sold like 2 or 3 baskets. And when I started in 2019. Remember, this was like when Corona. You starting a business when Corona was. Tunasikia tu rumors the Corona and all that. So this is me starting a business. And yes, I knew Nairobi. By then I was in Nairobi. I knew Nairobi was where would make sales. But then again, my daughter was in Kisumu, and I was like, I've just had a traumatic experience. I don't think I want to be away from her again. Now, I know how I will handle this biashara. So that means I also need to go back to move back to Kisumu, you see? So you see, this is the height of Corona. I moved to Kisumu with some of my baskets, yes. But it is also during this time, people bought. People bought until I didn't have any basket with me. I came with like around 50, 60. In like a month or two, I didn't have any basket. So can you imagine the lockdown is there, people are not traveling, and you know I have to tell my weavers I need baskets, I need them to pass through Nairobi, zinifikie. So the ones that I get, and then ikafika point now people are not moving. People, why would I want to buy a basket and I'm not going anywhere with it? Should I carry it inside the house? So yes. Now even after vitu zilikuwa poa, trying now again to get back to biashara. Of course, equal sales. Also, the first month, and be very honest, yes, people shared, people bought, but there were just fear more inquiries like how much I will pick it up, you know, trying to still get your new product outside there. People for you to know that you also do this kind of business, because I'm very sure there were people who had, no, not even sure, there were people who had been doing it before me, the same kind of business for many years, you see. So I had to see how to go about it. But yes, the first few months, I didn't make any sales. It was all about, I have the products, but people are like, no, I don't want that color, but I want another color. So they're ordering for something that you do not have. But then there are months that people just buy. I'm left with nothing. I cannot keep up maybe what do I say, the demand sometimes, because people want more of the customized fashion. Yeah. So yes, there are very many days or months, ups and downs where I do not have sale, but I thank God at least for now it's a bit consistent, even if there's not much in a month, but I can't say that I've not made enough in a month.
So from where you are sitting, I want to know like what's your vision for this business? Like let's say 10 years to come, 15 years to come, like where do you see it? What is the progress that every day you are thinking that maybe 10 years to come, I want this business, I want to achieve this and this and this.
Actually, what I want to be honest is more like how do I put it? More like an art, like my own. I know I'm online based at the moment, but um, I want somewhere like people can walk in and check out my products. I wish I wish the government had made it more easier for us small businesses to be able to acquire funds and grants, or how to go about marketing our products globally. So I'm still looking into ways in the next maybe 5 years. If there's a way I can penetrate these exchange programs where I'm able to bring me and my team of weavers to go for exchange programs, payable that let's say we go let's say we go to Ghana, we get to see the baskets in Ghana. We train them on the sisal weaving, they train us on the, that mutual symbiotic, relationship. That's what I'm looking at. In the next 5 years, I would really hope to have registered my team of weavers, though at the moment it's still quite hassle because they keep on disappointing. So unajua tu just fundi penye sometimes they are wakiwa nyumbani. If one gets sick, wote wanakuwa wagonjwa. It's like literally they're like, ule alikuwa mgonjwa sasa tukuweza. And I'm like, but you guys are still well. I think you can still weave the basket. If someone dies within, it's like they're all mourning and they'll mourn even for that 2 weeks. So that means they won't be able to work. I want a consistent team somewhere I've registered so that if it's easier for a sponsor, which I'm still also gearing towards getting grants and all that, and if there's a sponsor who needs to come and see where they are, it makes it easier for the funds also to go directly towards them. Because Ukambani, the way it is very dry. If it's dry season, they have problems with water. They need water to get their farms and all that. So that is what basically I'm looking for in the next 5. And to make Monah a brand, I would really like to partner with other brands or other designers to do baskets, to design baskets, and this just the international platform. But the challenges, you know, experiencing is most people want our products, but they do not want to sell them with our label and all that. So I'm looking into getting people who, when they buy, they just buy Mama Monah crafts with our logo and everything to resell back. Nothing like make for us and then they do their own logo. And yeah, so basically in the next 5 to 10 years, also looking into something like a CBO for my weavers. We start something small as it grows, like that. So those are some of my visions or things I would like to do in the next five to 10 years. Yeah.
And I would also like to know if maybe there are guys who contact you because they maybe want to learn the skill. Is it something, a skill that people want to learn, or it's very hard to even find people who want to learn? How is it?
No, I get inquiries. I do get inquiries from Uganda, from Tanzania. Mm, I've trained back here at home in Kisumu, somewhere in Muhoroni. I've trained in Muhoroni, and of the name Muhoroni People's Fund. We trained them on the Kiondos. It's like a foundation. So they're doing very good. Actually, that was like in 2020, was it in 2021? 2021. That was the beginning of last year when we did the training for the Muhoroni for the Moroni. So I do get inquiries. Actually, as we speak, I have to go with one of my, we've got a deal to go and train in Zambia. We've got a deal to go and train in Zambia. So what I'm waiting for, because my weavers, tumejua anatoka nyumbani, so I have to make sure she didn't have a birth certificate. It means she doesn't have a passport. I need to get her birth certificate, both her parents, so that we are just waiting on the elections and then the offices to open up. Yeah. So from next week I'll be in Nairobi. So I'll have to make sure that she gets her birth certificate, she gets her passport in time, because anytime in September, as soon as she has her passport, then the sponsor can book for us our flight tickets. So we are supposed to go to Zambia for training, for the Kiondo training. Yeah.
As you are finishing up, I want you to talk to guys who are starting businesses of any sort. You just know how the business environment in Kenya is, and you have talked about how getting loans is very hard. And somebody like you are competing with other brands from China, North Korea, you see. So for guys who are starting any sort of business, as we are finishing up, please just share with them maybe advice that maybe they can, things that you have noted and you wish that somebody may learn from you.
When I started, nobody showed me how to go about it, because I realized people are selfish when it comes to sharing. When it comes to sharing where they source their products or how they started. Okay, they'll tell you how they started, but someone is always saying like, no, anajambia, no, I can't share and all that. But me, I'm always of the opinion the market is too big for all of us, because every day something is changing, something new is being introduced. For you to stay in the market like I've managed, because I think my business is like 3 years old, but I think I've come a long way. Sometimes I go through pages that have started a while back ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing so bad. I'm not doing so bad myself. But when I started, I didn't have anyone holding my hand. I think I lost almost half of my capital while at it, because I didn't know how to go about it. I just had a rough idea how to go about it. So what I can say is you have to just start. That is the first thing. There's no better timing. Like me, I think if I had considered that maybe Corona is coming and all that, it won't work. You see, just start. When I was moving to Kisumu, I looked at it that I was like, hey, there's so many people in Nairobi who are doing this business. But Kisumu, I don't think there's anyone who's taking it this seriously, because everyone is buying from Nairobi. Why don't I come to Kisumu? It's like more, I saw a gap. and it's like I took advantage of it. So what I can say is start. And all I can say is, if you need me to help you, I've guided several, but it's only that what wanakufa moyo haraka. If they don't make sales within a week, 2 weeks, they're like, I haven't made any sales, so I don't think. I'm always giving advice on my status on how to go about it. If you want more followers, if you want serious people, I'm always giving advice. I'm always open to it. Most people know I'm always open. And if you need me to guide you on where to get uh, these ones, I'm always like, you have to purchase something for me first. After purchasing, at least I can be able to guide you. But then guiding you, most people want me to guide them and hold them like a baby. That cannot happen. If I show you how to get it or how to go about it, I think some other things now you need to do by yourself. Learn those lessons yourself. Unless umekwama kabisa, you can come to me and tell me this. But I cannot guide you and show you, like I'm practically pinpointing for you there. I'm holding you and I'm telling you, I'm introducing you to this, and that. And then at the end of it all, you still want me to baby you. That cannot happen. In business, there's no babying, because me, there's nobody who babied me. I had to learn these jobs myself. So what I can say is, finish your education. Yes, education is important. Yes, very important actually. But you know the situation right now in Kenya, we do not have jobs. It's so hard to get a job, and even if you get one, it pays peanut. So if you have an idea and you think you can do a certain business, I think just start with how little you are. Because haba na haba hujaza kibaba. Start with the amount that you have, get something small, and sell it. So that is it. Don't be embarrassed even if you're walking around selling tomatoes and all that. I mean, that is just it. Because at Mimi, during Corona, when I didn't have my basket, I decided to sell something else. I decided to sell tomatoes, kitungus, viazi tamu, ndizi in the house. I'm taking photos, and it's the same plants we used to buy. So don't, how do I put it? Don't have that mentality that I must have an office job, or even if it's a business, I must only do this one because maybe it's classy, maybe it doesn't tire me. You're seeing me right now. Most clients, they see me right now when I'm delivering, they think, but when you see me on the ground, when I'm working with this basket, I'm at the market. Like, this is a completely different person. But when I decide to, after all the deliveries, after all the hassles of getting Pokagua baskets, I'm usually just now dressing up, going out and, doing my own stuff. So what I can say is start. There's no embarrassment in any job. As long as it's legal, doesn't go against your principles, just start. And then also identify people you think will encourage you more, even on your days. And I will tell you for free, there are days even me, I take off. I don't want to be even online because it's an online business. So it means the clients will call you at 12, text you at 11. You'll have this and that. So you are expected to be online all of the time. I'm telling you, it can be draining. So sometimes I take an off. Sometimes I don't even want to. I can take even 2 weeks not updating anything on Instagram because I'm just mentally tired. And as a creative, sometimes you run out of ideas, or when you're fatigued, you can't work really well. So it was also important to take that time off. Yes, but I'm not perfect. There are days, yes, I just need a break. I don't even care if you're texting me how many times, but I am tired. So it happens. It happens a lot. So you need to have that reset back button almost all the time. I do it like thrice or even sometimes twice a month. You need that reset. You need that reset.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me your time, and I wish you all the best.
Okay. Thank you.